Hey folks, welcome back in. I'm Klutch. Guys, we've got some new features that have been announced in today's video. All about Farming Simulator 22 ground working features. Those words don't quite seem right. Ground working features. Feels like something might have been lost in translation there, but I digress. We've got all new ground textures in Farming Simulator 22 as well. We have some new methods to work the terrain, these ground working features. We've talked about one of these features already, and well, we've got a couple of brand new other ones to talk about today. So let's start off with what we've already talked about, the huge feature actually that was just announced a few weeks back, stone picking. Stone picking is a thing in Farming Simulator 22. Stones are a new feature that will be introduced, and they kind of act a little bit like weeds that we see in Farm Sim 19 right now. How this feature will work is that when you plow or you cultivate a field, some rocks are going to come up and be turned over and be visible on top of your fields. The size and the amount of the rocks themselves will vary depending on exactly, well, how deep you plow in. The larger implements will bring up larger stones, the smaller ones, well, they'll bring up smaller stones is how that's going to work. It really depends on how deep you get into the soil, of course. So what does this all do? What do these do to you? Well, first of all, if you try to plant while you already have stones in your field without removing them, you're going to damage your equipment, and well, nobody wants damaged equipment. Maybe I do, I don't know. I kind of do damage a lot of equipment, let's be honest. So in order not to damage your equipment, you're going to need to either, well, get rid of or collect these stones. So we've already discussed this in a recent fact sheet, some of the equipment that will be available for this to get rid of these stones. We'll collect the stones, and then you'll actually be able to take them once you've collected them and sell them for a profit to the debris crusher. The debris crusher? The debris crusher? It seems like a weird name for that, doesn't it? The debris I'm just gonna go with the debris crusher just to make light of it, that's all. Okay, so what about if we don't want to collect these stones? Then what? What can we do with them? Well, that brings us on to another brand new feature that we've learned about now for Farming Simulator 22. Soil rolling. Soil rolling. I gotta see if I can say that 5 times fast. Soil rolling is now a feature that has been confirmed for Farming Simulator 22. What is it? Well, soil rolling, you'll be able to press the small stones back into the ground that have been turned over from either cultivating or plowing. So if you cultivate, you plow, you get the small stones that turn up, you'll be able to roll the soil roll. You guys know what I mean. You'll be able to use your soil roller to push those stones back into the ground. Now, if you use a subsoiler to till up your fields, that's going to bring up larger stones. Your soil roller is not going to work on that, and instead you're going to need to collect those stones beforehand. Now, on top of all that, the soil roller, see, I got it that time, has an added benefit as well. It gives you additional field yield bonuses as long as you roll it just after you have, well, planted your crops. So as soon as you have sowed, sorry, English second language thing. Yeah, whatever. As long as you roll or flatten your crops right after you've sown them, then you're going to get a yield bonus. Now, we don't exactly know what percentage wise. However, we're going to speculate that this is going to be very similar to the bonuses we get in Farming Sim 19 to, well, lime, plowing, etc., that kind of stuff. Okay, now speaking of increasing yields in fields, this brings us to our third new feature for Farming Simulator 22 that's been announced, mulching. Mulching is now a thing as well in Farming Simulator 22. So what is mulching for Farming Simulator 22? What do we get to do with that? Well, I'm glad you asked, Klutch. We got 2 different methods actually of mulching. First of all, you can cut some grass, you can mulch up fresh cut grass and put that down in your cultivated fields for, well, for instance, your grapes, your olives, your orchards, that type of thing, using grass to surface soil when cultivating those types of crops. But secondly, you can also use a mulcher on your harvested crops to mulch up the stubble you're going to find left in the field, and that's going to give you an improved yield on those crops for the next time you plant. So you got 2 different methods there. You can do it on grass to collect those mulchings, put them down into a cultivated field for orchard type stuff, or you can use it to actually go in and cut down the stubble on what was left over from a crop and use that to, well, bring up the yields in the soil. Now, that's not all that they mentioned with the mulcher. There's actually something really big here as well. There's also larger mulchers, which we've kind of already know a little bit about in the forestry section for Farming Simulator 22. Now, these larger mulchers will be able to mulch both bushes and, well, larger tree stumps. There's pretty much nothing we won't be able to mulch, it sounds like, well, minus maybe some buildings or something, but tree stems, bushes, we can get rid of bushes finally in Farming Simulator 22. I think that's pretty big. And lastly, we finally got a real good look at all the different ground textures in Farming Simulator 22, guys. Now, we've talked in length about this, and we officially get a chance to look at all these new ground textures finally today. Now, of course, this graph gives us a pretty substantial increase in the amount of different types of textures we see by comparing it to Farming Simulator 19. If we look at those compared to Farming Simulator 22, we can see we have quite a few different field states to see now. Of course, we're not seeing everything here either. There's a few states we are not seeing. Actually, thinking of which, we haven't seen anything with lime or weeds yet, have we? I'm wondering if there's something more to do with any of those, if they're both included. I haven't heard anything about weeds or lime yet. Curious, very curious. On top of that, also mentioned earlier a few weeks back, there's also some different field states on the stubble tillage and how it will look differently depending on exactly what type of crop was planted in that field previously to it being tilled up. So kind of curious to see how that's going to work out as well. This is not obviously representing all that. We just get one field state of the stubble. We'll see how that all works out with the different types of crops, whether it be from corn, sunflowers, wheat, barley, whatever it might be. It sounds like we have different field states of once they've been tilled up and how they will all look together. So which feature are you most excited for? You know, it's up to you guys. Let me know down in the comments. Of course, I'll put a poll down in the description. Which new feature are you excited for? We've got, of course, soil rolling, we got mulching, and then we got rock or stone picking. Rock picking? Stone picking? Same. Let me know down in the comments which one you're picking. Click on the link in the description as well. Put your vote in and let me know down in the comments which one you think is going to be the best. I'm curious to see what you guys think of this stuff, because this is all kind of new age ground stuff. Get it? New age ground? Not bad. So there you have it, folks. That's all the new information we got on Farming Simulator 22. If you guys are looking for more information on anything Farming Sim 22 or Farming Sim 19 related, even make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We'll keep you up to date on all that fun stuff. And of course, if you're looking for a copy of Farming Simulator 22 to pre-order, or the 1 year season pass, year one season pass, 1 year, you know what I mean? You can find links down in the description where you can actually pre-order your copy for Farming Simulator 22 right here, right now. And other than that, folks, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys next time. Have a great day. Cheers, folks.